Voters are going to be hearing about that leaked video every single day.
Well, I mean, listen, I think Governor Romney's been pretty clear. It probably wasn't the best said moment in the campaign, and probably not the best week in the campaign. But I will say that I think we can look back at last week as a campaign in a couple months and say this was the defining week in both campaigns, where I think both campaigns are crystallizing around a central theme, which is going to be what kind of future do we want for our kids and grandkids? What type of America do we want for this country?
So let me interrupt you right there. You're saying you like the choice that was presented to voters last week?
No, here's what I would say. I think that it's an important question. And I think that the question presented to this country and the question that will be presented isn't so much, which we can talk about whether people are better off today than they were 4 years ago, and clearly we're not. But I think the more important question is what type of America and whether or not our kids are going to be better off 4, 10, and 20 years from today. And the policies that Barack Obama are putting in place, where we have seen just an enormous growth in people that are dependent on the government. I mean, it's just a fact. I don't think that's the type of America we want for our kids and grandkids. And I think that is an important question, and that is a question that should be presented to the American people. And Barack Obama's made everything worse, George.
You heard Chairman Priebus right there last week, a defining week for the campaign, a good week for the Republican campaign.
Well, I don't know what prism he's looking through. I don't think anybody else would define it as a good week, but it was an enlightening week. The week began with Governor Romney basically slandering 47% of America, saying that they were, hooked on dependency, didn't pay their taxes, and so on. And at the end of the week, we saw him manipulating his own tax returns to try and plump up his portion of taxes to 14%.
You're talking about not taking the charitable deductions.
Right. 2 months ago on your own air, he said that anybody who didn't take the deductions they were owed wasn't qualified to be president. Well, I guess he's not qualified, because that's exactly what he did last week to try and get his number up from 9 or 10% to 14%. It's fair to say that a lot of those 47% that he was slandering earlier in the week probably pay a higher percentage of their income in taxes overall than he does.